Hi, Claude Whitacre here, sales trainer, author of 5 books on selling. I give seminars and I teach salespeople and also business owners how to sell. And when I'm giving seminars, a lot of times somebody will ask me about the different myths of selling. They'll come up with a belief that they have about selling, and they'll raise their hand and they'll say, well, I heard that when you're prospecting, if you just prospect more, you just need to prospect more, you know, it's all a numbers game, you just need to prospect more. Here's my thought on that. It is true that if you do exactly the same thing in prospecting and you do it twice as much, you just double your effort, you'll get double the result. The problem is a lot of times what you're doing is not very effective. For example, if you're prospecting and you're willing to show your product or your service to anybody that's willing to take a look at it, you're probably wasting an awful lot of your time. In fact, I'm going to tell you the single most important secret in selling. Whenever you talk to somebody that's doing enormous sales numbers and you want to know what is their secret, it's not how they're closing. It's not a secret questioning technique. It's none of that. Here's what it is. They're showing the right people. They're showing people their product that are the people that are highly likely to buy from them. Okay? And there's lots of different types of people that are highly likely to buy from you. For example, have they bought your product before? Well, if they've bought your product before, they're highly likely to buy it again. Have they bought something else from you before? Well, if they've already bought from you before, they're also highly likely not to buy something else from you. Have they bought something from your company before? If they have, they like your company, they trust your company, they trust your brand name, they're very likely to buy something from your company again. Are they the type of people that have bought from the same way that you sell? Have they bought through that media or through that process? Have they bought that way before? For example, years and years ago, when I was selling vacuum cleaners in the home, I found out that there are only maybe 20% of the people out there that own homes that will let a salesman into their home to do a presentation of a product. About 20% will do that. Of that 20%, only a certain percentage will buy the product. Some people just never buy anything that anybody ever shows them if they're in their home. A certain percentage of the people will buy, they're very likely to buy. They're also very likely to give referrals. Now, I worked out the math in my particular instance, and it came out to 6% of the population. In other words, 6% of the people that owned homes in my area were the type of people that would be very likely to buy from me because they've bought something the way that I sell before. For example, I sold in the home. Well, they bought something from somebody that came into their home before. And they financed it, which is what I did. And so they've done that before. And they give the person referrals, which I ask for referrals, so they've done that before. See, they've already proven that they're the type of person that's highly likely to buy something from a salesman coming into their home. For example, my parents, when I was growing up, I believe every single time a person knocked on the door, they let him in. Okay, my mom especially, let this guy in. And every single thing that he was selling, no matter what it was, I think, if I remember correctly, she bought it. So in other words, my mom especially, but my parents were ideal prospects for somebody that came knocking on your door. Okay? Sometimes people buy things by, they open up the magazine, and if there's a coupon that falls out, they're the type of people that respond to that. And so they've done it in the past. They're the type of person that responds to that. They're the type of people maybe that if you send them a direct mail letter, and they've responded to a direct mail letter before and bought something, the list of those names might be very valuable to you because they've bought before in the way that you sell. There's a lot more to it. There's a lot more that you can learn about prospecting and how to make sure that your prospecting efforts are paying you good dividends. And this is what I did. I took all my experience, all my wealth of knowledge, 40 years of selling and research and taking notes and testing and proving what works and what doesn't work in the field, and I put it all into my book, Sales Prospecting, the Ultimate Guide to Finding Highly Likely Prospects You Can Close in One Call. It's on Amazon right now. It's in Kindle book, and it's also in paperback. I hope you give it a shot. Thank you.